Yo.
What's up, everybody?
What's
Cameron's
up?
doing the intro today.
Cameron is doing the intro. Let's listen.
You guys can't decide on what to do. What's good, everybody? Welcome to our Week 9 Fantasy Update. I'm joined here with Joseph and Sterling.
Yes, sir.
And we're here to get into some things
Here we
that
are.
happened this past week.
Week 8 recap. We
Week
just
8.
had Monday Night Football last night.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy fantasy football game. We had a lot of implications in that game.
Yep.
We had a crazy week go by. This was like the week of the backup quarterback.
You think so?
Yeah, there was a lot of backup quarterbacks. We had Mike White, the GOAT.
Cooper Rush?
Yeah, Cooper Rush, Trevor Siemian. Geno Smith had a good game.
Yeah.
All we were missing was Nick Foles, and we would have had the whole damn tandem out there.
Dude. We should have had Nick Foles out there.
Honestly.
Yeah. Dude, that man is a third string these days.
Yeah.
Well, he's probably even better now that he's lower on the lineup.
All right.
So
Nick
what should we
Foles
get
is
into
going to carry
first?
him.
So what do we want to start off with? We already talked about the Thursday night game.
Yeah, we already went over that last week.
Should you want to take a look at any of these?
Yeah, let's take a look at this real quick. Let me go into some. Should we start off with last night's game?
Yeah, we'll start off with last night's
Chiefs
game.
versus Giants.
Oof.
It was a close game until the very
The
end,
end.
obviously.
Yeah.
There wasn't really, on the Giants side of the ball, anybody that had a crazy game.
It was pretty
Evan Ingram had a solid game for a tight end, but that's only because he got in the end zone.
He had one touchdown.
Yeah. Other than that, he had 3 receptions for 15 yards.
At least he didn't drop 0.
Yeah, facts.
Right.
Daniel Jones, a lot of people were picking him as a streaming option going into this week, and it looks like it sort of paid off. He put up 21 points.
Which is okay.
So, if you stream Daniel Jones, that's not too bad.
That's more than a lot of quarterbacks probably got you this week.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah.
On the Chiefs side of the football,
Kirk Cousins.
Patrick Mahomes didn't really have that good of a fantasy game.
1 touchdown to 1 interception.
Darrell Williams had a solid game, and Derek Gore, even though he's was not fantasy relevant at all.
Dude, Derek Gore came out of nowhere, bro.
Yeah, facts. And he scored a touchdown.
So here's what happened. I was watching the game, right, and I was listening to this part. All I see is this dude come on the field with number 47 or something like that, right?
Number.
And then I'm like, who the hell? And then he just comes up, and then he's like, he touches the ball. And then they're like, oh, yeah, he's gained Andy Reid's trust lately. And it's like, who the heck is this guy?
Yeah, for real. He came out of nowhere. Darrell Williams had a good fantasy game, though. Tyreek Hill had a great game for fantasy, 12 receptions for 94 yards and a touchdown.
Around 20 points, I'm guessing.
Yeah. I think just under.
Just under 20 points.
McCole Hardman, 5 for 63. Not too bad.
That's a deep league option, maybe.
Yeah, Travis Kelce didn't really have that good of a game.
No. How many points did Travis have?
He only had 2, I believe.
Yeah. It looks like he had about 4.7, if my math is correct.
If
Travis Kelce.
He had 2.7.
Oh.
Well, it's because we do half PPR as well.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Well, we were also talking about how Tyreek Hill kind of had a big game in terms of fantasy.
Yeah.
Too.
Yeah.
And that's the trend with Kelce and Tyreek. If Tyreek goes off and just explodes, then it's like
Kelce gets nothing.
It's likely that Kelce isn't going to do much for you.
Yeah.
But it's better off with Kelce because Kelce's been the more consistent of the two.
Man, that's a tough one to say.
What?
How's Kelce been more consistent than Tyreek Hill this year?
Absolutely.
I'm on the fence.
It's
good. It's good up top, and then it kind of thins down a little bit. I mean, his floor.
I mean, he's getting you. You know what you're gonna get. The thing with Tyreek Hill is that he's either gonna blow up or he's gonna have game.
He's very much a boom or bust
Yes.
player.
Yeah.
The definition.
All right. So I don't know why you guys are like, oh, I don't know.
Let's see.
Yeah, so he's either getting you 42 or he's gonna get you 4.
4, yeah.
Or 7. Last night he had 21, so.
Yeah.
I feel like, I don't know, bro.
Dude, he had 18 targets, bro. 18 targets.
They're throwing him the ball.
I know. He had 12 in the first half, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Next, what other game?
Devonte Booker had not a very good game, but it looks like Saquon is hopefully going to be back next week, right?
That's what they're saying.
So yeah, hopefully Saquon's back next week, and then we can get out of this situation with Devonte Booker.
Can Christian McCaffrey please come back? Like, I'm waiting on you, Christian McCaffrey. I really need you.
No.
It looks like I don't even really know. It's so like back and forth with Christian McCaffrey.
Matt Rule has not done
Matt Rule
anything
says he
good.
may or may not play week 9 or 10.
It's like, dude, what do you mean may or may not play?
So yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on with that situation.
At least we'll have Chuba Hubbard.
What are some other games we should go over? Dude, this game was a really good game. Cowboys versus Vikings, Sunday Night Football.
Yep, Cooper Rush.
Yeah.
Emergence of Cooper Rush.
Cooper Rush had
Amari
325 yards and went 24 for 40. Zeke had a good game. Or he had a solid game.
16
carries
carries.
for 50 yards. He had some receiving work in there. 4 receptions for 23 yards. He basically had the game-saving play.
Okay.
Did you see that?
I did not.
Okay, so it was Cowboys had it in the Vikings territory. At this time, it was 13-16. So they were down by 3.
Okay.
They're like in the red zone, and it's 3rd and 16. So basically, it looked like they were just gonna play for a field goal, tie up the game, send it to overtime.
Yeah.
They throw like a little short pass to Zeke Elliott. This man breaks like a tackle or two, gets the first down, and then that set up the Amari Cooper touchdown.
Okay.
So yeah, he basically had the game-saving play that if he didn't make that play, would have gone to overtime. He made that play, and Amari Cooper caught that touchdown, so ended up winning them the game.
Nice.
So it was good stuff.
So
Amari Cooper had a very good game. He ended up having about 21 fantasy points, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
Had a 100-yard day. Same with CD Lamb.
100-yard day as well.
Yeah.
13 targets for Cooper.
Yeah, that's a lot.
That is a big
He's probably
target.
not going to get that when Dak comes back.
No, he probably won't.
Nah, he won't.
No.
That sucks,
no,
bro.
not at all.
Let's see. I mean, on the Vikings side of the ball, Kirk Cousins performed just okay.
Yeah.
He didn't really do great. Dalvin Cook had 78 yards.
Yeah.
That's just
It's
okay.
No touchdown.
No touchdown, and it looks like 0 receptions as well for him.
Oh.
And
Adam Thielen had a very good game.
well, yeah, it was good. 78.
6 for 78 and a touchdown.
Pretty solid. Conklin, the tight end.
Oh, I've been seeing Conklin.
Justin Jefferson with only 21 yards.
Yeah, it's not what you want to see.
No, it's not what you really want to see, but
It was a fun week, bro. It was a really fun week of football.
yeah.
Honestly.
So how about the Saints this week? Did
The Saints.
they impress you?
They did impress me.
Yeah.
Jameis went down.
Oh,
okay,
that sucks.
The score was 7-7 when Jameis went down. So basically, they won the game with Trevor Siemian.
They did. they really did.
Yeah.
And that's surprising because they played Tom Brady.
Yeah.
They played the Bucks.
Yeah.
And then they came out there and they did that shit, bro.
Yeah. They really did. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They kind of like flipped my prediction because I thought the Bucks were gonna score in the mid-30s, and the Saints would be like in the mid-20s, but
They flipped it.
that's football, apparently.
Well, my thoughts are, how did the Saints look receiving? I mean, they had their person with the most yards was 38 yards, and that was their receiving leader.
Reception.
Nobody had more than 38 yards for New Orleans.
Well, I'd imagine they would lean on Alvin Kamara for the bulk of the offense.
Mm-hmm.
He did have almost 20 touches.
Alvin
He
Kamara?
had 22 touches in total if you add in his receiving.
Yeah.
My thoughts are, man, the Saints were just running out that clock, huh?
Yeah.
We had, let's see.
Because if you think about it, nobody
there
even
was
got
no receiving work on here. I don't even know who this guy is. Kevin White was their leading receiver for the day, but he had 1 reception for 38 yards and 1 target. So,
yeah, who knows how they did that one, but
honestly, they had a defensive touchdown.
Oh, they did?
So,
that's important. So, are we worried about any pass catchers on the...
Am I worried about any pass catchers on the Saints?
Well,
is that what you're going to say?
No. How about for the Bucks?
For the Bucks, am I worried?
Here we go.
There's no reason to be worried.
Yeah, there's no reason to be worried.
I felt like...
Chris Godwin had 8 for 140 and a touchdown.
Mike Evans flipped the script a little bit. I mean,
Leonard
Yeah.
Fournette had a bad game.
I thought you
Only
guys were
8
just
carries
gonna-
for 26 yards. Giovanni Bernard, I didn't even know was on this team, and he
Who the-
had the most rushing yards on the
Giovanni
Bucs.
Bernard.
He's on the Bucks?
Yeah,
Wow.
Leonard Fournette didn't really have a great game.
yeah. He
I
didn't.
thought you guys were just gonna start double teaming me and start, bad mouthing Mike Evans, but
No, Mike.
Well, he had two catches for 48 yards and a touchdown. So that touchdown saved him basically for fantasy purposes.
Yeah,
It's
he had a
it-
long touchdown for 41 yards. It looks
Okay.
like.
Yeah, y'all are just acting like that's not part of the game.
No, it is part of the game.
Yeah, okay. If he didn't have that touchdown. Ooh.
Well, I'm just saying, if he had 2 receptions for 48 yards, it's a bad day.
Okay. Yeah.
To be fair, that is like
Yeah, don't give him.
that's 5.8 fantasy
Don't
points.
don't give him credit, for getting that TD.
And then he got 11 points. So let's not get too ahead of ourselves.
Yeah.
No, but you guys.
Yeah,
made,
let's
you-
not
you
get
guys-
extremely
you
ahead.
guys-
He had a solid day for fantasy.
You guys made it seem like he was gonna pull a Tyreek. Like he's either gonna get you 40 or 4.
When did we say that?
No, you made it seem like that.
Bro, hear me out. It was basically this week was a matchup kind of week.
Yeah, no, I hear you.
Like he had Marshawn Lattimore on him,
And that's just his. That's like his boogie.
it's his kryptonite,
Yeah,
and he was able to get a touchdown,
yeah.
and that's good.
Yeah.
Because if not, he probably wouldn't have had the best day.
Yeah, which is exactly what I said.
So we'll continue with the subject.
Tom Brady had another great fantasy day. 4 touchdowns and almost 400 yards. He's actually the QB1 on the season this year.
That ain't a surprise. The Bucks are throwing the ball, and that's for damn sure.
Yeah. What are some other games that are
The
good?
Bengals versus the Jets.
Oh, the Bengals.
This one was
versus
an
the
interesting
Jets.
one. Mike White, he decided that he was
let's
gonna
start off with the Jets.
he was gonna pop off. Mike White decided
White
to pop
was
off.
the leading pass yardage person on week 8. He had the most pass yards in the entire NFL.
405 yards for 3
Yeah.
TDs and 2 INTs.
Michael Carter also had a big breakout game. 15 carries for 77 yards and a touchdown. Also had 9 receptions for 95 yards.
So are we starting him this week against
Yeah.
Indianapolis?
Indianapolis is a tougher run defense than the Bengals, but
With the
I
way
will
they're throwing
continue
him the
to
ball.
start him. Yeah, that's the thing. This is what I wanted to come on here and say. Mike White is basically Michael Carter's best friend
He is.
because
Yeah.
this week he targeted him 14 times. 14 times, bro. He had the most targets on the team by far. It wasn't even close.
Oh yeah.
The next best was Jamison Crowder with 9 targets.
Yeah.
Dude, they
And
are best friends.
If we go back to last week's Bengals game, when Mike White came into the football game, oh, I'm tripping. He's on the Jets.
Yeah.
Where's
Alright.
the Jets?
Yeah, right there.
Yeah, so when Mike White came into the football game, Carter also had 9 targets this week,
Oh damn.
which is the most on the team. So 2 weeks in a row with Mike White in the football game, Michael
He's
Carter's
throwing
the
him the
leading.
ball.
And also Ty Johnson also gets a lot of receiving work too.
Yeah, he does.
So Mike White loves to target the running back, which is obviously not surprising because he's a backup. So it's just making his job easier,
Yeah.
just dumping it off.
Well, my thoughts are just roll with them if you got him.
Yeah, facts. Especially with Mike White. As long as Mike White's starting,
You gotta start
Michael
him.
Carter is a start.
Dude,
Ty
that's.
Johnson also was fantasy relevant this game. He had 6 receptions.
I mean, my
Or
thoughts are
se-
the Jets were
5
moving.
receptions.
The Jets were moving the ball well.
They were.
Like it was surprising. Like
Do we chop that down to Cincinnati just being young and still developing?
I don't know. I feel like
I think we have to though.
the Jets aren't a great team. Let's just start
Yeah,
off by
no.
saying that.
But were the Bungles not the better team going into that game?
No, they were
Yeah.
by
obviously,
far.
Yeah.
And,
By far.
I mean, what's really if you really think about it, so you have T. Higgins and Jamar Chase, right?
Yeah.
You have one who got 35 yards and a touchdown, and you got another who got probably like
97 yards.
97 yards and like 8 receptions, right?
Okay.
They both got around the same point totals.
Yeah.
If you think about it, when's the last time you've seen Jamar Chase like get 11 points?
What like
It's been a minute.
It's been a
11
minute.
points?
Yeah. Probably
mean,
since,
and
like, the first weeks of the
People may not believe it, but the Jets have somewhat of a competent defense sometimes.
Sometimes. Well, if you're only sometimes a competent defense, then I can't
But
call
that's-
you.
that- but
I
that's
can't
the
call
issue.
you a competent defense.
Like they show up on certain games,
Yeah.
but on certain games they don't. And it's like
on a lot of games they don't.
I mean, if you really look at it, if against the pass, they're not like dead last.
Yeah. Will we just say like being able to tackle in the open field?
So look, this is what the Bengals put up.
They got that Raiders.
Joe Burrow had 260 passing yards basically, and then they only had 41 yards rushing on the day. Only 33 of those were from Joe Mixon.
And who had a touchdown?
Jamar Chase had 9 rushing yards. They had 305 yards receiving.
You see, look, it was straight, just 4 receptions.
It was spread out a lot. Yards. They spread out the ball a lot.
They do. But of course, Jamar Chase scored a touchdown, so.
Yeah. Tyler Boyd had 8 targets, which is encouraging if you want Tyler Boyd to be fantasy relevant.
Yeah.
And he had a touchdown. He had a really good game.
Tyler Boyd?
Yeah.
He's not done.
Let's see. Remember Michael Pirine? He was like the Michael Carter of last year.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. CJ Uzama, after his big game 2 weeks ago, came out and had 4 receptions for 33 yards.
Which is about 5.
Yeah, 5.3.
5.3 fantasy points.
So, not what you want to see for CJ Uzama. What other games should we cover? We already covered the Thursday night game.
Let's talk about... How about the Patriots against the Chargers?
Patriots and the Chargers.
Oh.
All right.
I'll be right back. Continue talking.
Continue talking. All right, so this is what happened in the Patriots versus the Chargers game.
Yeah.
Nelson Aguilar was the leading receiver for the day with 3 receptions for 60 yards. Damian Harris had another very good fantasy week. 23 carries for 80 yards and a touchdown.
That's why I picked him up.
Definitely.
Chargers. Oh, actually, let me see back. Brandon Bolden, after his great receiving game 2 weeks ago, had 0 receptions, but he had 4 carries for 26 yards. Ramondre Stevenson had 8 carries for 25 yards.
That's not very encouraging right there.
Which one? Damian Harris?
With 0 target?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he got 1 target for 0 receptions. So it's not very encouraging.
Ramondre Stevenson had 1 reception.
But he can run the ball, which is good.
Yeah. It's very good.
Just hope he doesn't fumble.
Yeah.
Hope he doesn't fumble.
Because then he's going to be benched for
Because all I know is that I had Damian Harris at the start of the season where he fumbled at the 1 yard line. And guess what Bill Belichick did?
He said, "You are benched."
He said, "You are benched."
And you are going to paint my fence.
So, yeah. Hope he doesn't fumble.
Yeah. You're going to paint my fence, mow my lawn, do all the work around my house until you can prove that you belong in my starting line.
Justin Herbert with the average stat line.
Hunter Henry's touchdown streak ended up ending.
Oh,
and also we were talking about this. Jacoby Myers never scored a touchdown.
Let's go.
But he did get a 2-point conversion.
Which does not count.
Does not count. But he's tasted the end zone again.
He is.
Did 2-point conversions ever count in our league?
Yeah, they do. They always have.
They always have? Wait, why are we saying it didn't count? Oh, in the game.
Well, because I made a bet.
It doesn't count for a touchdown.
I made a bet.
That was the bet, if he scored a touchdown.
I would do 50 push-ups, but...
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's right.
All right, let's see. I'm willing to make that. Let me see who they play next week. Do they even play next week? Yes, they play the Panthers. Do I want to make that bet?
What? If Jacoby Myers scores a touchdown?
50 push-ups.
I don't know, man. He's due.
Stephon Gilmore's on that team.
Hit me with it. I'll take it.
Stephon Gilmore's on that team.
Is Stephon going to guard him?
I hope so, because
then you don't have to do 50 push-ups.
So,
I mean, he is the number 1 in theory.
Jacoby Myers?
Yeah.
Yeah, he really is. I know. Not Nelson Aguilar.
Well, when you have a guy that can score 2-point conversions at such an elite level, you know.
But not score touchdowns, you know. Yeah. That's just useless.
Hey, he's still getting in the end zone.
So is Kendrick Bourne still fantasy relevant at the moment? No.
I wouldn't say so.
Yeah, not very encouraging from Jacoby Myers either.
Yeah. What else? You should go to.
How about
Oh yeah, we haven't covered this yet.
I mean, Keenan Allen had a very solid game.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mike Williams had another disappointing game.
Who?
Mike Williams.
Yeah, that was 2 for 19 yards. That's not very common.
Yeah. This is the second game of the season where he's had a bad game like that. He had that one game against the Raiders earlier.
Yeah. So, okay, I was kind of talking about this last time, right?
Yeah.
So you guys remember how Eckler was going into the week kind of injured.
Yeah.
And we're kind of unsure about what was going to happen.
Yeah.
So here's what happened. This is not normally what you would see. Like, you wouldn't see Larry Roundtree getting 4 attempts and Justin Jackson getting 3.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to figure, they probably limited a few of Austin Eckler's snaps.
Yeah.
But he still did great.
Yeah.
He still did good.
Yeah.
6 receptions for 60 yards and 11 carries for 64 yards.
Yep.
That's great. That's
That
all
is
you can ask for. And then for Keenan Allen, he looked good. 77 yards for a touchdown.
Like he normally does.
Jared Cook, 2 for 25.
What's his name? Oh, the rookie tight end. I'm completely forgetting his name right now. He scored a touchdown. Arnold Palmer? Darnold Palmer? What's his name?
Arnold Palmer.
Arnold Palmer. Let's see.
Arnold Palmer. That's
Should
like
we
what
talk
I
no, Josh Palmer.
Josh Palmer.
That's his name. The rookie
okay.
tight end scored a touchdown. So if you were playing Jared Cook, that's what happened. The rookie tight end scored a touchdown.
That's like Juwan Howard. That's an inside joke.
Oh, this game.
So, okay.
All right, so we received news. Or wait, should we talk about the game?
Boy.
Let's talk about it.
Let's get into it.
Let's just talk about this straight on.
Well, yeah. Why don't we just attack?
Derrick Henry out for the year.
For the year.
Foot injury.
Yeah.
Foot injury that's presumed to end his season.
They said it's like the long bone on the bottom of his foot.
And if you look carefully, you will see my co-host in the Lawrence Taylor shirt slowly die inside.
Yeah.
He was on his fantasy team.
He was. It happens.
It happens.
Yeah, ish happens.
So, okay.
I want to ask you about the fallout from this situation. So,
dude, this is going to be interesting.
Adrian Peterson was signed by the Titans.
Yes, he was.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Grizzled veteran.
Let's talk about this. So Adrian Peterson is coming into the league.
This is actually so what that shows to me is because when the news broke about Henry's injury that he was going to be out for most likely the entire season, everybody was saying Jeremy McNichols is going to get an uptick in carries and receptions. He's already basically just the third down receiving back basically.
Mm-hmm.
So when they went to pick up Peterson, that shows to me that they probably don't want to give McNichols the whole backfield.
No, they don't.
Or the majority of the carries.
And that's the thing. Mm-hmm. We're gonna get into this. Are they fantasy relevant?
I think.
But continue
Peterson
with what
will be okay. But this would So it looks like McNichols isn't going to be. He might get a couple extra carries.
He's not going to be the featured back.
But no, he's not. He's definitely not going to. So I was looking at it last night. Derrick Henry on the season averages 27 carries a game. Okay, which
basically the bulk of their offense.
Basically
is the
So
offense.
you're telling me that man almost used to get 30 touches a ball game.
Dude, he's gotten 40 carries. I mean, not 40 touches this year. He had a 35 carry game and 6 receptions in week 2.
And you're wondering why he was hurt or eventually got hurt.
Well, that's a different.
It's probably not sustainable.
No, it's
especially season after season.
No.
But, so this is what I think about the situation. Adrian Peterson, not right away, but I think he'll be a solid low-end RB2 for the season.
Yeah.
Eventually.
He's a nice fit for the team.
Yes.
He's a great fit for the team.
Yeah.
The offense is so used to having somebody carry the ball 27 times a game.
Right.
Peterson's at least going to get 13 or 14 carries a game.
Yeah, you can hope so.
They're going to platoon at running back.
And
sure.
I think Peterson will be fantasy relevant. I don't know about McNichols.
Okay.
Though.
I want to think about it like this. This week is going to be a prove it game. Yeah. I don't feel comfortable picking any of them up at the moment.
No.
I don't, because we haven't seen a game without Derrick Henry and who knows how long.
Right.
Yeah. Think about it. When's the last time we've seen a game without Derrick Henry on the field?
Oh, ancient times.
Mm-hmm. Back in the Stone Age.
Yeah.
So
black and white film.
Yeah, exactly.
Leather helmets.
So we don't know how they're gonna come out and look. Is there a chance they just throw the ball every single down next game? There's a very solid chance.
That's what somebody was saying. Is that
how relevant is Ryan Tannehill now?
I mean, think about it. Look at last year for Ryan Tannehill. He was slinging the ball.
Yeah, he was.
Past 2 years, he
got him a big ass contract.
Yeah, it did. So are they just going to come out and just sling the ball?
So that's what I saw somebody saying is that this should be like a coaching thing and that they should just switch with the weapons that they have and just sort of become a passing team.
Well, yeah, think about it. Who do they have? Julio Jones. They have A.J. Brown. They have who's it? Conklin.
No, not Conklin.
Oh no, not that was Ferkser. Ferkser, and then
McNichols is a solid receiving back.
Yeah, I mean that's all you. That's perfect because you could have him run out of the backfield and have catch passes.
Also, the matchup too. Who are they going up against? What defense are they going to be facing?
Let's see.
Because that will play a big part in it as well.
This is also the thing is that Peterson is going to be brand new to the team.
So they're going to keep things simple with him.
Yeah,
they're not going to put him in.
Titans versus Rams.
So I wouldn't start any. I would pick
520.
Titans versus Rams?
Rams? Yeah, I would steer clear.
I'd steer clear of
Yeah, well,
both of them.
I would steer clear regardless of them playing the Rams because, first of all, Peterson's brand new to the team. We don't know what the backfield is going to look like in terms of who's getting the bulk of the carries, who's getting third downs and goal line and stuff like that. I'm assuming goal line will be Peterson. But I would pick up Peterson because I think...
Is that a stash at the end of your bench?
Yeah. It's a stash. Just to see what happens, and I'm sure he's going to be getting all the first and second down work for the team.
Yeah.
That's a good possibility for sure.
Yeah.
You know, I'd just say this is going to be next game will be somewhat of a indicator on how they're going to use their offense. And for now, it's see it and then you put them in.
Yeah. Now this begs the question: what if they go in and they perform really well against a Rams defense that has been
the running backs?
Yeah, the running backs.
Well, then you play them.
You play them.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on which one.
If
Peterson comes out and has a good game, you play him. If McNichols comes out and has a good game,
you choose I'd say you want to choose one of them.
Yeah, you don't want to have to.
Peterson is a lot safer to me.
Yeah, I'd say Peterson is probably safer.
Yeah, way safer.
I can see.
He has a higher floor for sure. So that's a tough situation with Derrick Henry going down.
Yeah, imagine that.
I know.
So, you guys, you know
what else should we get into?
Let's talk. You guys want to talk a few gripes about our fantasy teams? Or you guys
I actually want to talk about one more situation.
Okay, talk about one more situation.
So on Sunday morning, what's it called? Calvin Ridley announced that he was going to step away from football for a little bit.
For a personal matter.
Yeah, personal matter. Talk about mental health and stuff like that.
Absolutely.
So,
look, we just want to say we absolutely support his decision.
Yeah,
absolutely.
facts. We support Calvin Ridley. The fantasy, outlook for this situation. When I saw that, I immediately thought Russell Gage is going to be a really good receiver. He came out and had 0 receptions that game without Calvin Ridley. So I'm not even really sure what's going to happen with the Falcons receiving room because Russell Gage in theory would be the next man up, but it looked like he's not. Can you pull up that game for me actually?
Yeah.
I want to see the statistics.
And for that, I just want to say, Calvin Ridley, everybody supports you through this decision.
Facts.
Yeah.
We all keep you. We hope we are able to get through this tough time.
Yeah. And
the fantasy implications of this move are not necessarily the main focus here, and it's the main focus of mental health.
Yeah.
And
for anybody that says he's a millionaire athlete, there's no reason to be sad. Guys, money does not buy happiness. All right?
Definitely not.
You do not know what's going on in his life, so for those of you that are using that as an excuse, just stop it.
I agree.
So
the leading target person was a 3-way tie between Tajay Sharp, Mike Davis, and Kyle Pitts. They've all had 6 targets.
You know, Kyle Pitts, for getting those 6 targets, only turned it into
2 receptions.
2 receptions.
I think Ridley leaving actually hurts Pitts.
I'd say so.
Because if you watch that game, they had Stephon Gilmore on Pitts.
Yeah?
Yeah. That's when he had that pick 6.
Oh, okay.
He was guarding Pitts, and it got tipped, and he picked it off. So they put their number 1 guy on the tight end. Because if Kyle Pitts is kind of like we talked about this with Evan Ingram back in the day. He's like a quote unquote tight end. He
Yeah.
like lines up in the slot. He lines up out wide. He lines up everywhere. So, and if you look at his like body build,
He's not a blocker.
He's not.
No.
He's a receiving tight end.
Yeah.
He's not like.
In fact, he probably could just play receiver.
Yeah, he definitely could.
Yeah.
So we'll look at someone like who's a great blocking tight end.
George Kittle.
Look at how that man is built.
Yeah.
And then Kyle Pitts. Nothing wrong with Kyle Pitts.
Yeah. And then you look at Darren Waller. That dude used to be a receiver.
Yeah. You can tell.
Yeah. So I think Ridley. A lot of people were saying it'll help Pitts because he should get a bigger target share. He should get more targets and more involvement in the passing game. I think it hurts him because now the defense doesn't have to worry about about Calvin Ridley, and now they can focus more in on Pitts, who's probably Rams wave veteran receiver Deshaun Jackson. He was talking about he wanted to be traded.
How come they didn't trade him?
Maybe they just couldn't find anything. It looks like they couldn't find anything because if they waive him right after the trade deadline, it looks like they're probably shopping him around for a little bit.
Oh, definitely.
Which is weird. I don't know why nobody would take him like for a 7th round. I mean, he's gonna get picked up, but
yeah, he
why don't
will.
you send like a 7th round pick? He's had big plays this year already. Week 1, I'm pretty sure he had a big
Jackson in a Raiders
touchdown.
What?
I don't know.
He was like the number 4 on the.
We have a roster spot open now.
Yeah.
Given current events.
So yeah. Week 3 was actually the game that he had
His
that big
pop-off
touchdown.
game? 20 points. Let's go.
He could be a nice addition to a team that is wide receiver needy. He's a good deep threat. He still has juice. So,
for sure.
Yeah. Should we talk about some quick waiver pickups for the week?
Ooh.
Sure.
Okay.
Sure. Who is your number 1 pickup?
My number 1 pickup is a tie.
Between?
Actually, I'm gonna just give it to one person. Boston Scott is my number 1 pickup this week.
Okay. Boston Scott.
Everybody thought all the work was gonna go to Kenneth Gainwell when Miles Sanders went down. Turns out it was literally the complete opposite. Gainwell actually got less work. He finished the game with 13 carries, but he had 1 before the 4th quarter and garbage time when the backup quarterback came in. He got all the work.
Mm-hmm.
So he basically, in the actual 3 quarters where it was like they were playing with the starters and actually running what their game plan was, he had 1 carry basically the first 3 quarters. Boston Scott had the majority of the work and 2 touchdowns.
And then Jordan Howard
had 2 touchdowns.
Dude, the GOAT himself.
Jawan Howard.
Jawan Howard.
Dude,
okay,
that's
so
2018,
involved
in one big giant circle. Jordan Howard, bro.
Okay, so for those of you that don't get that joke, I accidentally called Jordan Howard Jawan Howard. Like the basketball player. So we have this little inside joke where we call Jordan Howard Jawan Howard.
Yeah.
And
well, it's not really an inside
origin story.
And then first things first.
It's not really an inside joke.
I just want you guys to hear this out as well. Back in 2018, that was like the big waiver wire pickup that I had. I picked up Jordan Howard, bro. I was so hyped. I had Tyreek Cohen and Jordan Howard, bro. Like, you're telling me I wasn't cheesing with
so you had
Chicago?
I was gonna say you had the whole Bears running attack.
I did. Because Tyreek Cohen was having one of those years where he was like...
Wait, wasn't that the year where Tyreek Cohen had that video showing Kyle Long Schlong as Pat McAfee put
I think so, yeah.
I think it was.
And then, okay. Oh, dude. And then this guy Cameron had Tyreek Cohen last year. Or what was that, like 2 years ago or last year?
It might have been our first.
That was David Montgomery's rookie year, so 2 years.
I think.
Dude.
I think I might have dropped Tyreek Cohen at one point.
How
and then
could you?
Oh, how could I?
Could you?
He was sucking for me.
All I know.
I think Cameron drafted him because Jordan Howard was no longer on the team, and he expected Tyreek Cohen to be like.
That's right.
That's right. I thought he was going to be the bulk of the running game.
And then
but
what
they
happened?
drafted David Moppertunity.
And then they just decided to platoon at running back.
David Moppertunity.
You said David Moppertunity?
David Moppertunity.
That was the year I had him.
Dude, let it go.
I was so high on him that year.
Dude, he was having solid games.
He was
having solid games.
He was. I can't wait till he comes back.
So,
do you have a
okay.
big pickup?
I do have a pickup.
Oh, okay.
I do have one.
Wow.
And I want you're next, so be ready.
Yeah, have one.
So,
Have one.
I'd like to make a case.
I got a few.
Okay, let me hear it.
I'd like to make a case. First and foremost, I think Taysom Hill is a great pickup.
Oh.
Okay.
Go on.
So, given the current events, Jameis Winston turns ACL.
Jameson Winston.
I feel like Taysom Hill could come on to this offense and score good fantasy points.
I agree. We've seen it before.
We've seen it before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All the Alvin Kamara fans out there are probably crying right now.
Yeah.
Like tears, like literally. Because how much did his value tank?
Yeah, low key.
How much did it actually tank? So this is gonna be a little. This will be interesting.
This
I feel
could
like
possibly also hurt Michael Thomas too when he comes back.
yeah. So Taysom Hill, he in a game last year, I was listening to it. He had like 100 and something yards, like in a game. Like that was that's
rushing.
Yes.
Or I mean passing.
Rushing.
Oh yeah.
So how many points is that?
That's at least 10 right there.
That's at least 10 points right there. And that's 10 more points than a Derek Carr could get you on the ground.
Facts. So that's the thing about rushing quarterbacks like Murray, Jackson, Hurts, sort of Josh Allen, Taysom Hill.
Definitely Josh Allen too. Yeah.
All these guys are getting you a rushing base, so you already have their rushing floor.
And then you have their passing floor on top of it, which is.
And he's in a good offense too.
Yeah.
So he's gonna, and also I'm gonna be honest, he's probably gonna be like the goal line back.
Oh yeah, for sure. Dude, it's like, okay, what are we gonna do? We're on the 1 yard line. Sneak Taysom Hill.
Yeah.
Sneak Taysom Hill.
Sneak Taysom Hill.
Yeah.
So we all know what's gonna happen. It's gonna be.
And don't even line up in a goal line formation. Just do a wildcat or just a quarterback power and just run it in.
Yeah, of course. So.
I agree. I think Taysom Hill is a really good pickup.
I feel like if you have a Taysom Hill, if you want a Taysom Hill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Get a Taysom Hill in your life, kids.
Okay.
Oh.
So I want you guys to think about this.
You know what actually is? I think it's cool. You can't put Taysom Hill at tight end anymore.
Oh, damn it.
Okay, I want you guys to hear me out on this.
All right.
I feel like if you get yourself a Taysom Hill and you pick him up and you already have 2 QBs on your roster, guess what? Just flip it. Just flip a player. Be like, oh, you want Kirk Cousins? Here you go. Have him. I'll give you. Take Kirk Cousins off my hands and just give me like, I don't know,
a wide receiver 3 or something.
Yeah, give me like Galladay or something.
Yeah,
Galladay.
You know what I mean? So I feel like if you want to get yourself a Taysom Hill, you could stack it and try to trade a quarterback because quarterbacks have value in fantasy.
They do.
You'd be surprised. Like you.
Especially with the injuries going on.
Especially with injuries going on. If someone had I don't think anybody has Zach.
Nobody has Zach Wilson. Probably nobody had Jameis. Probably nobody had... Oh, no, people have Dak. But that was only a 1 week thing.
Yeah, it was a 1 week thing.
Yeah.
So it was kind of like a desperation play if you used Cooper Rush.
Yeah.
Like, that's like really desperate. Like, you're really desperate. But, yeah. I feel like Taysom Hill is a great pickup if you're looking for somebody.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay.
He could be a top 10 quarterback.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right, what do you have to say?
Yeah, quarterback in quotation marks.
Dude, rushing quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you have a top waiver wire pickup this week, Cameron?
Oh, shit. I don't really know if it's top, but you see me, I like to roll with what I got on my team and adjust my lineup from there. But given the current events that happened with the Raiders and Henry Ruggs, I'm looking at this guy, Hunter Renfrow, for a second.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Jeez.
And not just because he's third in Renfrow.
I can make a case for Bryan Edwards, too, though.
That too. But I'm looking at Hunter Renfrow, and something tells me he's going to get some more catches.
Oh, for sure.
Up the middle.
I think they'll both get more catches.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay. So, if you had a choice, rest of season.
Yeah.
Henry, or not. Well.
Yeah, Henry Ruggs. His career's over.
Well, Bryan Edwards or Henry Ruggs? Not.
Bryan Edwards or Hunter Renfrow?
Hunter Renfrow. Sorry, it's just one of those days, bro.
It honestly is. If you guys don't know, me and Joseph got up at 4 a.m. to go.
I woke up at 4 o'clock today. I'm feeling a little tired.
Yeah.
And I just got off of school.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's the dude, this is the fun part of the day. You know what I mean? Get to come here and talk.
Yeah, facts.
We get to talk to our
actually,
5 people that watch our videos. Like, what's
yeah,
goody?
right?
So
what's goody? Yeah.
You know that thing that, I don't know if you've seen it, the NBA on TNT crew? Whenever somebody makes like a statement or like a bold prediction or something, they post it up on the wall.
Oh, yeah.
They'll be like, Shaq said,
yes.
Harden won't do this rest of the season, whatever.
Yeah, get 20 free throws a game.
Yeah, so should we do this? Wait, well, who? I already know who I'm gonna pick in this situation.
I feel like we should do this at the beginning of the season, though.
Well,
yeah, well, okay.
let's just start it out.
Okay, all right.
Okay.
Okay, mid-season. All right. Fine.
Okay, now we need to get something a little more. We need to get something more concrete.
Okay.
So are we going Raiders wide receivers for our subject team?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Hunter
Raiders
Renfrow.
wide
Okay.
receivers.
Who ends the year with the most total fantasy points?
Well, from this point on.
Well, no. Who will end the year with the most fantasy points?
Yeah, that means
Okay.
that means we got to do math.
That means
from this point on.
Yeah. Well.
Because then we'd have to add it up from this point on. So
Okay,
if Bryan Edwards has
let me
more
pull
than
this up.
Hunter
Keep
Renfrow
going
right
on.
now,
It's my birthday.
does somebody have Bryan Edwards in our league?
Doubt it.
Nah.
No.
So let's see. So far this season, Bryan Edwards has 49.6 fantasy points.
49.6 in comparison.
Hunter Renfrow.
I want to say Hunter Renfrow has
Hunter
around
Renfrow-
60.
70.9.
Okay. Yeah.
So Hunter Renfrow is up by a significant margin.
Yeah.
So you can't really do because Hunter Renfrow can get like.
Well, yes, you can. You can make a case and say,
Well,
Oh,
Bryan
yeah.
Edwards is gonna have to go off a few games.
Yeah, that's what
okay,
I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's a possibility.
That is
though.
a possibility.
That is a
That's why I'm
possibility,
saying
though.
this point
With
on.
Henry Ruggs gone, yeah.
Okay, so look, this is what I say. Given that Renfrow already has a decent margin ahead of him, Renfrow will probably finish with more fantasy points, but I think from this point on, Edwards will have more.
Yeah,
Because,
I can see that.
He'll now become
When
a
you
bigger
wa-
part of the offense.
yeah, when you watch Renfrow, it's all like short, like crossing routes. Stuff in the
it's
middle.
slants,
So,
drags, out
Ruggs
routes.
is a deep threat. He's going deep a lot. He's
Yeah.
doing a lot of yards. Routes that stretch the field.
Yeah, street
So
routes.
I'm not sure if Ruggs
post
being
routes.
out will benefit Renfrow that much.
So yeah, here's the thing. Here's Hunter Renfro's route tree.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hunter Renfro's route tree is slant, drag, out route, in route.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's about it.
Yeah.
And then if we're looking
Maybe
at
a
like
curl.
a Bryan Edwards who's known for stretching the field ability,
And with Henry Ruggs gone.
and with Henry Ruggs
it's going to
gone.
be streak, post.
Okay, but who?
So yeah, that's what I'm
So,
saying is
If the
Ruggs
Raiders are
being
running
out-
a 3-man set for
Yeah.
wide receivers, who else are they running out there?
Bryan Edwards, Hunter Renfrow on the slot.
Zay Jones,
Zay Jones is
Jones?
going to get more, but he's not going to get as much touches.
Willie Snead. We have Willie Snead on our
We
team.
do have Willie Snead.
I thought they just cut Willie Snead.
No.
Did we just cut
Pull
Willie
that up.
Snead? Yeah, pull that up. Jamie,
So,
could you pull that up?
This
for
is what
me?
I want to say. Is that
For
Ruggs
you Joe
being
Rogan
out,
watchers.
Renfrow might get more looks with Ruggs being out, but I'm not sure how much it's going to benefit him in total.
Yeah, and with Hunter Renfrow, I'll say this about Hunter Renfrow. With Hunter Renfrow being dubbed third in Renfrow, you kind of know who the defense is going to be looking to contain in that situation.
Definitely.
So it's kind of getting predictable for when it comes to going to Renfrow.
So here's who I've seen so far. Depth chart. Let's go to the depth chart. Wide receiver.
So this is the wide receiver depth chart for the
So
Las
you
Vegas
figure
Raiders.
Were you gonna say the Los Angeles Raiders?
Zay Jones.
wish.
Zay Jones fills in, and Bryan Edwards and Hunter Renfrow. And then-
Look up Willie Snead on a separate thing. I'm pretty sure they cut him.
You think so?
You really think so?
Okay, here,
Yeah,
Google.
I swear I saw that.
Google, we go.
Hunter
Willie
Renfrow.
Snead.
Yeah, I'm pretty. It looks like we did.
Yeah.
He's on the Carolina Panthers now.
What?
Yeah. Formerly known as Willie Chuck.
So are the Raiders gonna sign somebody?
No need.
Will
We
they
got
sign
everything we need.
somebody? Who's available?
Deshaun Jackson.
Oh yeah, Deshaun Jackson. That honestly, dude, that might be the best pickup possible.
Yeah. Oh,
He
look.
can literally just fill right in.
6 days ago, Raiders cut Willie Snead after he reportedly asked for release.
Oh. So he said, "Can I leave?" And we said, "Yes."
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, you can, sir.
We obviously didn't know this was gonna happen.
Yeah, yeah.
So I mean, if we knew this was gonna happen, we'd probably keep him around. But
Pretty much.
I mean, Deshaun Jackson in a Raiders uniform, I could see it.
He can fill.
I've
I
seen-
am not mad.
I've seen crazier things before.
He's still got some wheels on him.
Yeah, he'll fill right into the Ruggs role.
Yeah,
Like
Yeah.
really right in.
Yeah, I think he'll like that role too. To be honest with you, I think
can see
he'll
it.
like it. Yeah, Deshaun Jackson doesn't strike me as the type of guy who wants to do this dinky stuff. You know.
he wants to go down the field.
Yeah,
and
he
catch the ball.
wants the streaks. He wants post patterns. All that
Has he
stuff.
been healthy this season though?
That's the big question.
Because if he hasn't been healthy,
Yeah.
there's no point in picking him up.
Yeah, right. Yeah, as you age, if you're a speed guy and you get older,
And then
it's a big risk.
it's like Julio Jones.
Yeah, pretty much. Although, would we say Julio's game was primarily based on speed,
Nah.
or was it just like really good route running and really good hands?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was about it. That's the thing I noticed about all athletes too. Like when your game relies on speed and explosiveness, you get hurt. It's like, okay, you got to rely on something else. We could probably find a few exceptions though, but for the most part, that's how it is. Okay, did we want to
Well,
vet-
okay, he's
Okay.
looks like he's played every single game this. Looks like he's played in almost every single game.
Yeah.
Officially out. Oh, it's because he requested a trade and he didn't want to play.
Ah,
So he only missed about
so
1 week.
Rams to release wide receiver.
He was the
Deshaun
wide receiver
Jackson.
4 on the depth chart, so.
Yeah. Yeah, they waived him. Yeah.
They waive him.
I wouldn't be
So
mad at it.
I want to rank our waiver wire. Let's rank them. Our waiver wire pickups. So who would you put number one of the players? I actually have two more players I want to bring up. Adrian Peterson, I think, is a really good pickup this week, and there's another player. I'll just bring him up. Devonte Parker.
Okay.
Just recently came back. His first game was this past week. He had like 12 targets. He had a really good game.
Let's go.
So, in every game this year so far that he's played, he's had at least 7 targets in every game.
Yeah, that's good.
So Devonte Parker, I think, is a must-add pickup. I would put him towards the top of our list.
Jalen Waddle or Devonte Parker though?
This past week, Devonte Parker had a better game.
He did.
So,
I agree.
and that was his first game back in like 3 or 4 weeks. So, and he was already involved, had 12 targets.
Do you think they're just gonna completely uninvolve Jalen Waddle? There's no way.
Nah, and also Will Fuller's coming back too. That's the thing.
Yeah, I don't think.
I'm not too worried about him, but he'll definitely get targets.
He will.
And Devontae Parker's playing Houston too.
Well, Jalen Waddle. I feel like Jalen Waddle is still gonna do his thing. I'm not too worried about him.
I agree.
You could say that.
Devonte Parker is he's a good pickup for this week.
Yeah.
I think not just for this week, for
Rest of season?
Yeah, for rest of season.
Yeah.
I'd say
He's playing Houston, and then in a couple weeks he has the Jets. And then a couple weeks after that he has the Giants, and then he has the Jets again.
it's pretty solid.
Yeah, the matchups are definitely really like they're in his favor.
Yeah, for sure.
So this is how I would rank him. I would go Boston Scott is at the top of my list in terms of waiver wire pickups.
Taysom Hill.
I would put. I'd probably put Peterson above Hill.
Nah.
Scott, Peterson, Hill,
Nah.
Parker 4, and then the Raiders at 5.
Yeah. Dude, I
Oh,
don't know.
depending on who you want.
So Hunter and
Hunter
Brian,
and
they
Brian.
just share number 5.
Yeah, number
Yeah.
5.
Yeah, I can see that.
I feel like ooh. I want to trust Boston Scott. I don't know. It's
So
just-
trust him.
And it's unpredictable though.
So trust
It
him.
is.
It's Jordan Howard really could just
Yeah.
reemerge as
Yeah.
like the top back
I
again,
don't think he will.
or Boston Scott could emerge
He
as the
was
top
basically
back.
just on goal lines. He was on goal lines, and he didn't really get that much work between the 20s.
Well, my thoughts are, go for it.
Go for who? Jordan Howard?
No,
Alright, cut.
cut.
Wait, we didn't want to vent about our teams.
Alright, everybody, thanks for watching ENT Fantasy Football. This was our episode 5. This was our Week 8 recap, / a little bit looking ahead to Week 9. We had some waiver wire pickups in here. We went over what happened in week 8.
Lots of fun
Another
stuff.
successful episode
No, it's just
of
have
ENT
fun.
Fantasy
I would
Football.
say so.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah.
So you guys go subscribe to ENT Fantasy Football, like, subscribe, all that
Thumbs
good
up,
stuff. Thumbs
subscribe,
up,
all that good stuff.
All
Yeah.
5 of you.
yeah, facts.
Facts.
Big facts.
Whoever sees this, go do all that stuff.
Yeah.
We appreciate it.
I appreciate it.
And as for anything else, we wish you the best in this
Yes.
week.
In
And
fantasy football.
We hope you the best.
Yeah, we hope you win your league.
And we
Yeah.
will be back soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Well, we're coming in with another episode this week, so yeah, stay tuned for that.
Yeah.
Another episode.
Yep. And I think we're outie.
And don't drink and drive, kids.